Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah and in today's video I'm going to be sharing you a collection of all of my favorite finds for 2021. Some of these things I've gotten at antique stores, some of these things I have thrifted, and I just kind of gathered a bunch of the things together so that I could share them with you. And like there's tons of other things that I absolutely love, but I just picked out a few so that this video wasn't like hours long. So I just picked out a few of my absolute favorite pieces that I've either thrifted or got from antique stores this year. And so without further ado, let's just jump into the items. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to share with you is one of my most recent finds. It was actually in my last Thrift With Me videos, and it is this sugar dish. It just looks like this. If it wants to focus. And on the bottom it says Elegance Collection Mariner Blue Japan, and I just love this blue stripe. I find it to be very farmhouse cottagey, and that is definitely my style of decor. I definitely lean a little bit more towards cottage, but I do still like the farmhouse style as well. But I feel like this will go really well in my kitchen, and I'm planning on getting a crock with the blue stripes on it as well, and maybe some other things just to dress up my counters a little bit with this kind of style, because I absolutely love this. And I'm kind of basing my kitchen decor off of this style now, and so it will be changing in the new year as long as I can find some things with the blue stripes. But yeah, I'm just absolutely loving this style with the blue stripes. And to me, like I said, it's very farmhouse cottage style, and that is what I love. So that is one of the items that I actually thrifted this year that I love, and it was, like I said, it was in my most recent video. And then some other things that I found that I really loved, and I still have the stickers on them because I currently don't have a spot to display them, but it is copper pieces. I have these two pots. I got these, I actually thrifted these from, I believe, Value Village a few videos ago now, but I love copper pieces. I have a few other pieces as well that I have added to my collection, and I think I'm just gonna keep building it. And then like our plan is to hopefully move back home to Nova Scotia in a couple years. That is my plan. I don't know if it will happen, especially like work-wise for my husband and things like that. So we shall see how it goes. But if and when we do move back to Nova Scotia, I would love to buy a old cottage farmhouse style type of house. I've looked at a lot of houses here in Alberta, and I find that in the area that we live, there's not a lot of those types of places. I feel like here it's very cookie cutter houses, unless you want to move to areas that aren't necessarily the best areas to live in. And with two young children and my husband who works away, I obviously don't want to be in those areas alone with two kids when my husband's working away. So and even then, those houses aren't the style that I want. I definitely know that I want something that's older, a lot older, and feels very cottagey, if that makes sense. But anyways, so I'm kind of like also thinking ahead, knowing that that's what our goal is. So this is kind of thinking ahead, as I don't have a spot to put them right now in this home, but I am making a collection of these copper pots and other copper things. If I see them at the thrift stores, I'm not going out of my way to buy them on Etsy or eBay or anything like that. It's only if I see them at the thrift stores, because I know that I might not see them again at the thrift stores. Who knows? But only if I see them at the thrift stores am I picking them up. So these two copper pots are some of my favorite finds this year, and hopefully soon in the next couple years I will be able to display them in a cottagey farmhouse. Who knows? So I have those. And then another thing I found actually is thrifting was this old oil lamp. Now it does not have the globe, the top to it, but I love it just the way that it is, and I have incorporated this into my Christmas decor this year. It actually sits on my TV stand, and I just love the way that it looks. This top part is all rusty, and I just love that. And I love the look of it, and I love the look of it without the top. So I've been displaying it, like I said, with my Christmas decor, just as it is, next to a stack of vintage books and a little reindeer candle holder, and I think it just looks so cute. And yeah, so this is another favorite of mine. I found this at Value Village, and this was kind of pricey. It was $12.99 for a thrift store, but I still liked it and wanted to grab it, so I did, and I've been displaying it, so it actually worked out quite well for me. But yeah, so I love that. And then let's see if I can find any more thrifted items. I do have some, hold on, some thrifted items. I found a few brass candle holders. These are just a couple of them. I just grabbed two. I have a lot of them displayed as my Christmas decor this year, so this is one of them. I got this one from Goodwill, and I just love brass candlesticks. So this is not the only one I found. Well, I actually bought some from Etsy as well. This one is from Etsy, but it was one of the ones that wasn't displayed, so I grabbed it because I didn't want to take all of my displays apart. But this one was from Goodwill, and I've got a few. Actually, I think all of the ones that I personally have found are all from Goodwill, and then the other ones were from Etsy. But this is one of my favorites, and this one was only, I believe it was $2.50, and I just love these little brass candlesticks or candle holders. And like I said, I have these ones as well. I have two of these ones. This one I did get from Etsy, but I just love the brass candle holders. I think that they're beautiful. So, and I also have some tall ones too that I love. But like I said, if I put everything in this video, we would be here forever. Okay, so one of the next things I want to talk about are vintage books, and I only grabbed two, but I love vintage books. I love displaying them. I love stacking them and putting like decor on them. I just love vintage books, and I actually love this smell of vintage books. I know I'm totally weird. I'm probably the only one, but I just love the smell of vintage books. But I just picked out two from my collection that are my absolute favorites, and it's because I grew up watching Little House on the Prairie. So I did find the first book, Little House in the Big Woods, and I took the cover off it. There was a cover on it, and I did keep it, like the sleeve, but I didn't want to display it, so I did keep it, but it's not currently on the book. And I don't know when this one was copyrighted. 1932 this one was copyrighted, but I definitely want to find the whole collection, and just so I can read them, because I grew up watching Little House on the Prairie, like I said, and my husband laughed at me because I told him last night that I started watching Little House on the Prairie again. I bought the first season on Apple TV, and he's just like, you're so funny. Because I was like, I forgot, like, I mean, I remember a lot of it, but I forgot the beginning. Like, I forgot that they like had a small little kind of like a hut. I don't know. It was, so I didn't remember that part. So I'm glad that I'm rewatching it. I started season 1 2 days ago now, I think. And yeah, so and I would love to read all of the books. That's what I was getting to. I want to find all of the books, and not necessarily the hardcover books to read. Like, I will buy the softcover collection if I can find it in a collection somewhere. But this one is just good to have for a display because, like I said, I grew up watching Little House on the Prairie and I loved it. I'm probably the only one my age who did love it. Oh, just give me 1 second. My dog is barking. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back from letting the dog in. He actually is, his host note is covered in snow. He loves playing in the snow. So yeah, he's came in covered in snow. But like I said, I want to see if I can find the soft cover books so that I can actually read them. I could read this one as well, like it's in good shape, but I don't know if I'll necessarily find all of the hardcover ones. So if I can find the set of the soft cover ones, I will buy them and read them. But yeah, I love Little House on the Prairie. And then the next book I want to share with you is Anne of Green Gables. And for anyone who doesn't know, I am Canadian, and like I said, Nova Scotia is where I grew up. That's where most of our family lives. And when my dad and my mom retire, they are moving back to Nova Scotia because they live here where we are currently. But the rest of our family lives back in Nova Scotia, and we grew up going over to PEI in the summer, and we would, I think we've only gone to Anne of Green Gables Museum once, but I loved it. And then I also saw an Anne of Green Gables play when I was a kid. I think we went with our school, and I loved it. Like, I love the Anne of Green Gables story. And anyways, I found this. I kind of screamed when I found this. The person at the antique store probably thought I was a little nutty, but I love Anne of Green Gables. I just love the story and loved going to the museum as a kid and loved going to the play as a kid. And so when I found this, I absolutely had to grab it. And I also have the soft cover series of the books that I am reading currently. So I also have those so I can read them if I don't find all of the hardcover ones. But so I have, this actually might be all of the stories now that I say that, but I'm not completely sure how the hardcover books worked, but I do know in the softcover books, I think there's 8 or 9. So I have started reading those, and then I actually recently just watched Anne with an E on Netflix and loved it. So yeah, if anyone likes Anne of Green Gables, they have a show on Netflix and it's called Anne with an E, and it's based around Anne of Green Gables, and it was really good. I think there's about 3 seasons, so I love Anne of Green Gables. So like I said, I love all of my vintage books. I love collecting vintage books. I have a shelf started now that I'm going to fill with vintage books as I find them. But I just picked out my absolute 2 favorites to share with you guys because I just love them. Okay, next I have this ice cream scoop, and you're probably wondering why I put it in my favorites, but it's because I just love, this is so nostalgic for me. When we used to go to my grandmother's, she had one, and she would always scoop our ice cream with a metal, is this stainless steel or metal? I'm not really sure. But she used to always use one of these ice cream scoops. So it reminds me of going to my grandmother's house and having ice cream with my grandmother. So this is one of my favorite finds. I did find this at an antique store in Edmonton. And then the next one I found is this original Dundee grapefruit marmalade. Now this one isn't as old as a lot of people's collections that I've seen on Pinterest or Instagram and things like that, but I still really loved this jar, and I loved that it was blue writing so that I can kind of incorporate that into my cottage farmhouse style that I'm going with, because I think I really want to start collecting the blue transferware plates as well. I do have a couple of them that will be coming up in a video soon, probably because I'm going to be doing a vintage antique haul of things that I have gathered over the last few months from like Etsy and things like that, and those plates will be in that video. But I really want to start collecting more transferware plates, and I think that this will go well with the blue transferware plates that I put out at like springtime, or mostly all year round is kind of what I'm doing with the blue. And then at Christmas time, I'm hoping to have some red, and in the fall I think I have about 3 brown plates currently, and then I have a little gravy boat. So I'm trying to gather some like colors for different seasons, and then also the blue for like kind of all year round. But I think that this will go well with the blue is what I'm getting at. So this is one of my favorite finds as well. And whoops. And then another favorite find is one of these bottles. I don't know exactly what they were used for. I know some places use them for like medicines and stuff, but other, like, I don't know exactly what it was used for, but I just love this little vintage antique bottle. I just think it's beautiful. Like, you can tell it's pretty old from the bottom. And yeah, I just loved this bottle and wanted to share it with you guys. I did find this one on Etsy is where I got this one, but I would love to get a couple more to make like a little collection of these little bottles. So I have that. And then another thing is one of my favorites, and I haven't displayed it yet, that's why the sticker's still on it. I'm waiting for fall, but it is this pheasant picture, and I just think it's beautiful. I grew up in the country, kind of. We were like 10 minutes from the city, but it felt very country. There was a lot of farms, horses, things like that, and there was always pheasants running out in front of us when we would drive down the road or walk down the road. And so when I saw this, I kind of had to have it because it's just nostalgic for me growing up in the country, kind of country. I was in the country, but close enough to the city that it wasn't that far. But yeah, so I just loved this photo, and I am planning to use it probably in my kitchen or somewhere with my fall decor, but I wanted to share it with you because I think it is a beautiful picture. And yeah, so I have this picture, and I got this one was thrifted. This one was from Value Village. And then another item that I wanted to share with you guys is this runner, and I just think that this is beautiful, and I can use this, like, I usually just kind of like put the corner out on something. Like, I had it sitting in this basket, which is also another favorite of mine, but like if you have the corner hanging out, it just makes it look pretty. So I love this for that purpose. I just use it in my decor, and I just think it's beautiful with this lace detailing. So that is another favorite of mine, and this I found at, I want to say Value Village, for only a couple dollars. So I have that. And then another thing that I love are old wooden utensils. This one was definitely well loved. Now I don't use this one, I just use it as like decor in my displays, but I just love how well loved it is, and I think it's a beautiful spoon. I'm weird because I like wooden spoons and wooden utensils and things like that, but I just love the way that they look displayed out on my counter in like a crock or something. So this is one of my favorite finds, and I would love to find some more well-loved wooden utensils. I have some rolling pins that aren't necessarily well-loved, but they are beautiful nonetheless. Sorry, my phone's making noises. So yeah, I would love to collect some more. It's not something that I find all that often. I did find this one at an antique shop, so maybe if I look in more antique shops I'll find some, but I haven't had any luck in my thrift stores. So I have that to share with you guys. And then another thing that I love are old photos. I just think that these are beautiful. I love the black and white photos. I would love to get some more, not necessarily photos like this, but some really beautiful oil paintings. I would love to get some oil paintings, like vintage oil paintings or something like that, like landscape ones. I think that those are absolutely gorgeous, but I just wanted to share these with you guys because I do love these as well, and I think that they can go well with like a vintage cottage decor. So, and these photos were from Paris, so but I have a whole stack of them from Paris, and I just love them. And then another thing that I have is this basket. This was bought at an antique shop in Edmonton, and I just love it. So yeah, I can use this. I use this mostly for displays, but I could also put some dog toys in here and put it over where the dog can actually like reach them, or I can put some of the baby's toys. I actually do have another basket that I got from a antique shop, and it's a lot bigger than this one, and that's the one that I use for the baby's toys currently, and it does have a handle as well. So I'm just looking at it right now. It's full of baby toys, but that's kind of what I have for the baby right now. So this one's a little bit smaller, so this one would be perfect to go on little picnics as well. I think just like the perfect little basket. And then the last find that I have to share with you guys is this huge laundry basket. I found this quite a while ago now, I've had it for a little while, but I love it. It's huge and it's a laundry basket, and it's one of my favorite thrifted finds. Actually, I thrifted this from, I'm pretty sure it was Value Village, because I have had this for a little while now, and I believe it was $5.99. So not too bad of a price for a beautiful woven basket, and I just love it. It's very cottagey farmhouse to me, and like I said, that is totally my style and I love it. So it goes really well with my decor. And if you're noticing the background's a little bit different, it's because I'm actually washing the covers that I put on my sofas right now, so I can have them all fresh and clean for Christmas. So if they're looking a little different, that is why the covers are gone and it's just like my regular couch. But yeah, anyways, that is all I have to share with you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed seeing kind of a few of my favorite items that I have found this year. And I'm hoping to do another video on what I'm hoping to find for 2022. So stay tuned for that video. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the collection that I have gathered today to share with you guys about my favorites. And now I'm kind of rambling. I'm kind of like, I don't even know. But anyways, that is all to share with you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, as it really helps me out. And definitely consider subscribing if you enjoy decor videos, thrifting, cottagey decorating kind of videos. I do lots of those here on this channel, and I would love it if you guys would consider subscribing. And also check out my Instagram. I'm definitely updating my Instagram way more than I do on YouTube. I take a lot of decor photos of my home that I share over on Instagram as well. So I will have my handle down here for you guys for my Instagram, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.